Today's information briefing is about the the money recovered, the money that is missing from a Pogo raid last October 2024. October 2024. After careful investigation, the six, the 8 members involved in the cover-up and the crime and the pilferage of the evidence have been identified. The chain of custody has been studied and perfected, and we have now determined who the real culprits are. Just to give another short factoid on the matter, of the total 141 million pesos seized by the operatives on the Pogo raid, it was held in custody by several police officers, and when the court ruled that the search was illegal, the monies were returned to the owners. Upon opening of the evidence, out of 141 million, only 128 million was left. What was left in the other box was budol money, fake money. So upon careful investigation, we have identified the culprits, and to further present to you would be General Morico of the CIDG. General?
Good afternoon, sir.
Lapit mo sarili mo.
Next slide, please. On October 29, 2024.
Lapit ka, lapit ka. Lapit ka sa mic. Lapit ka sa mic.
Yes, sir. On October 29, 2024, a search warrant was issued by Presiding Judge Dumlao to Central 1 Compound in Bagak, Bataan. The object of the warrant is the implementation of the Republic Act 9208, Anti-Trafficking in Person. Next slide. As a result of the operation conducted jointly then by the PAOK-CC and CIDG Anti-Organized Crime Unit, a total of 141,133,483 was seized as evidence. Next slide. The seizing officers were identified as a certain Police Lieutenant Colonel Joey Arandia and Patrolman Christian Nards Andaya. Next slide. And to ensure that the evidence taken will be properly recorded and accounted, an order was issued designating Colonel Arandia as the evidence custodian. There is an order dated June 5, 2025. Next slide. So when I assumed command, there was a reshuffle of officers at the CIDG, and one among which that was affected was Police Lieutenant Colonel Arandia. He was replaced by Police Lieutenant Colonel Dominic Poblete as the head of the Anti-Organized Crime Unit. This is on September 5, 2025. Next slide. On September 25, because I ordered our new chiefs to conduct inventory of evidences, Police Lieutenant Colonel Poblete discovered that the cash money amounting to 141 million plus is missing from the evidence room of the Anti-Organized Crime Unit. There was no proper turnover conducted by Police Lieutenant Colonel Arandia based on the investigation. Accordingly, he took the boxes of evidences to his house. Next slide. So we asked, there was an investigation conducted. Police Lieutenant Colonel Arandia was still then on floating status at CIDG, so I ordered him an investigation and to properly turn over this money. On October 21, 2025, a total of 9 boxes was turned over at the headquarters of CIDG. Accordingly to Lieutenant Colonel Arandia, it contained 141,133,483. But unfortunately, during the time, we were unable to open the boxes as there is a case pending before the court. The boxes are sealed. So, we deem it proper that to have the seizing officers and Police Lieutenant Colonel Arandia guard the evidences at the conference room 24/7. Next slide. So it was being guarded 24/7 on October 21, 2025. Next. But on November 19, 2025, there was already a court order. The legal counsel of One Bataan came to our office and presented a court order releasing the compound of One Bataan and the seized money amounting to 141,133,483. There was an omnibus court order presented coming from the court. Next slide. So in compliance with the court order on November 20, 2025, the sealed 9 boxes were unsealed in front of the legal counsel of One Bataan, Attorney Cherry Ann de la Cruz. And it was during this time that it was discovered that, next slide, a total of 13,451,000 is missing from the supposed 141 million pesos. In its place, inside the boxes, it contains budol money. Next slide. So based on our investigation, immediately thereafter, 6 officers were identified to be involved in the pilferage of this and theft of this money. Evidence, considered as evidence. Among those who took the money is the designated evidence custodian. So they were all, on the very same day of November 2025, they were placed on restricted custody as the investigation is ongoing. Next slide. Based on the result of the investigation, this is the amount that they have divided from among themselves based on the affidavit of Patrolman Andaya. Next slide. As a result, on November 28, 2025, we referred the case for violation of Article 310, qualified theft, violation of Article 217, malversation of public funds, violation of Article 228, opening of closed documents, violation of Article 171, falsification of public documents, and violation of Article 168 in relation to Article 166, illegal possession or use of false treasury notes or banknotes against the 6 CIDG personnel. Next slide. At the same time, investigation is ongoing to include the evidence custodian, Police Lieutenant Colonel Arandia. Among the target of the administrative case that will be filed is grave misconduct, serious dishonesty, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the public service, negligence or violation of PNP evidence handling protocol. Next. That ends my presentation, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon to each and everyone. We can now entertain and or answer questions that you may wish to raise.
Let's
At
proceed
nandito
to...
ang ating Director si IDG. Medyo lapit. And as well as our Vice Chair of the NAPOLCOM and Executive Officer, Attorney Ralph Kalinisan. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's proceed to the question and
Pwede
answer.
siguro si,
Let's have a...
Si Sian?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Let's have a question from Ms. Leia
Hi,
Ilagan,
Sian.
ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hindi, akala ko unang magtatanong si Sian.
Yes, sir. Sige po, sir. May...
Hindi, siya na. Siya na unang magtatanong.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Opo. Sir, first question po regarding po dito sa, tama po ba, 6 or 8? 6 under restrictive custody.
6 are under restrictive custody na naka-assign pa rin sa CIDG who are part of this isang crime na naganap.
Okay. Sir, just to be clear, ang ginawa po nila, pinalitan nila ng boodle money yung original na pera. Tama po ba?
What's so important is they are seizing officer, and then these items were offered as evidence in court, and then pagka sinis mo siya, nilagay mo sa court, and then therefore in-account na doon. And then there is an inventory. Yung inventory shows that this 141 ay supposed to be pera yon. Okay? And then dapat yon naka-properly sealed.
Yes.
And then, dapat ito ay nandyan sa isang evidence room. And the one taking care of it is the evidence custodian. Yung seizing, iba yun di ba? And so, it is presumed or talagang yan documented na pera. And when this was finally inadmissible as ordered by the court, no, na pinapaturn over na dun sa may-ari, it was found out na kulang. And at the same time, it appears na 141 but 13 million is boodle money, meaning fake. No? Yun yung ginagamit na pang bypass. So, unaccounted yung 13 million plus.
Okay. Sir, upon learning about this incident, after itong 6 na to, hindi po ba sila sa proseso ng batas aarestuhin agad? Dahil obviously criminal agad yung ginawa nila or napatunayan na po ba?
Okay, this is a continuing investigation. Actually, the case had been referred against them. A case had been referred against them for cases of, as mentioned by the director, and they are now under restrictive custody.
Okay. Sir, the money, are they planning to return it to the owner or the company?
Sino ang...
Itong mga suspects, sir, meron po bang gano'n na inalok yung company, isoli na lang daw yung pera? May ganun po ba?
Well, whether it will be returned or not, still a case can stand. At the procedure ay na-violate, then therefore they have to suffer for that.
Okay. So ngayon, sir, kamusta naman po yung 6? Are they admitting this case or dinay-deny po nila?
Okay, whether they will deny it or not, the record will show that they have something to do with that. And good that there is a admission on their part, properly documented.
Okay.
Meaning, by affidavit.
Okay. Apart from the physical evidence, sir, are there additional CCTVs to support the allegation, accusation, sir?
Well, alam mo dun sa to consider it as evidence, maraming mga evidence yun na documentary evidence. Like for example, when you conducted operation, there are reports, signed reports, and then affidavits, and other documentary pieces of evidence. And pinaka-importante doon, or pinaka-glaring doon is the testimonial, admission, and at the same time, the records na ni-refer sa court.
Sir, last question from me. Is this the first time that this happened? Or nangyari na po ba ito na pinapalitan ng budel money yung totoong pera?
Well, dito sa aking serbisyo, I've been in the 34 years. Ngayon pa lang ako nakakita ng ganito. Lalong-lalo na, hinahanap na sa korte. No? Okay? Very clear naman yon. Pagka present mo sa korte, ito na yon, nakasealed na yon. Actually, when there was a turnover, ang ating General Morico replaced, sino yun? Sinong ni-replace mo?
Arandia, sir.
No, as director.
Si Abrahano, sir. General Abrahano.
General Abrahano, that was August 28. And then a week after, of course, merong reshuffle and or placement ng other officers dyan, kung sino yung kampante siya, upon their deliberation, na-appoint and or naupo ang Lieutenant Colonel Poblete. That was September 5. On September 5, siyempre, pag mag-turnover kayo, the new Chief of Office will account personnel, will account resources, logistics, personnel, and finances, di ba? Para ma-ensure na yung trabaho mo, magagawa mo, dapat alam mo. And this is an operating unit. Ano pa dapat ang i-account? They should be accounting also those cases that had been filed and those cases that are currently being investigated. Kasi yun ang trabaho nila eh. So nag-turnover sila. So the new Chief of Office was surprised. Bakit? On his accounting, bakit wala ang ebidensya? And I'm referring to the cash or money that was seized in an operation way back several months ago. That is particularly October 29. So hinanap niya. It boils down to the former chief ng office, referring to Lieutenant Colonel Arandia. And so, it resulted to turning over or kasi dinala daw sa bahay at dinala na ngayon sa opisina. And in fact, nakita ko yon it is properly sealed of several boxes, may seal, tapos may mga pirma doon. And ang mga signatory pa doon is yung court, the judge. Judge. So, hindi dapat mabubuksan yon, di ba? So, nakita ko pa yon. When I happened to visit or I was there in CIDG, during the arrest of 8 of the accused in the flood control project, no? Kung date ba yon?
Last week, sir.
Last week yun eh. Last week. It was a Sunday. Nakita ko pa doon. So, yun yun. Yun yung pina-turnover noong November 19. November 19 or November 20, nakulang na.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, sa simula pa lang, what's so important here is, of course, yung ating mga kaso like this and pieces of evidence, ina-account natin yan. And that's what they did, the CIDG.
Thank you very much, sir. Another question, sir, from Ms. Leia Ilagan of UNTV.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, ano na po ang disposition ngayon ni Lieutenant Colonel Arandia?
Okay, Lieutenant Colonel Arandia, kasi nga, we found, there was an investigation, of course, conducted by the CIDG, and natapos na ba yun?
Ongoing, sir.
Ongoing. Meaning, hindi pa nare-resolve, and his recommendation aakyat yan sa akin. But before that, the Director CIDG requested for the transfer of Lieutenant Colonel Arandia. He was transferred to PIHAW of the National Headquarters, and subsequently, he was detailed at Special Task Group DPAGS Northern Luzon.
Sir, anong depensa? Bakit daw po inuwi sa bahay yung 9 boxes ng ebidensya?
Well, I don't want to speculate. It will be the result of the investigation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Another question.
Gusto mo bang ako? Oh. But for sure, kung ano pa yung kanyang sasabihin, the Philippine National Police have set its police operational procedure. And with that police operational procedure, ang isang unit ay laging merong detention center, may jail guard. Kung may detention center siya, meron din siyang evidence room. Kung meron siyang evidence room, meron din siyang evidence custodian. And at the same time, during that time, siya ang custodian.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, based sa initial investigation, ang i-turnover
Kanino mo tatanong?
Pwede
Kay Director. Oh, Director.
Sir, nung i-turnover ni Lieutenant Colonel Arandia yung evidence nung October 21, may mga napansin ba yung mga personnel nyo na tumanggap nun? Kung na-tampered yung mga signature?
Actually, sinil lang namin uli. Because yung container, nakasil ng court. There was a signature from the prosecutors.
So, na-tampered po siya nung isinoli ng October 21, then na-reseal po? Paano?
None. Hindi namin ma-determine.
Sir, may breakdown nung naging hatian based on statement ng isa sa kanila, tama? May nagsabi po ba kung magkano kung may napunta rin kay Lieutenant Colonel Arandi?
Ongoing ang investigation po.
Thank you very much, sir. We also have another question from Ms. Third Ann Malonzo of Sunstar.
Director. Sir, nung sinoli ni Lieutenant Colonel Arandia yung boxes ng pera, hindi na yun binuksan for another accounting. Kasi po, syempre, inuwi sa bahay. So, something could have happened during that period na inuwi sa bahay. Na-determine ba kung saang part talaga nawala yung pera? Nung binalik na ba o nung dinala sa bahay?
Let me explain, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
There was a case filed already. Nakapending sa court. And these boxes were properly sealed, signed by a prosecutor, the judges, and witnesses. And sila po ang case officer. So during that time, nung turnover niya yung 9 boxes doon, we could not really ascertain kung talagang there was really 141 million doon sa loob. Because we cannot unseal it without any court order. It happened to ensure na hindi nila ma-deny. When I asked them to turn over the money, I asked them also, there is an order coming from me, signed by me, nabantayan rin nila yung box na yon 24/7 because they are the seizing officers, they are the evidence custodian. When the court order was released already, this was the time na nalaman namin because there is already a court order and we have to account the money. That is the time na nalaman namin na 13 million is missing from the 141.
So, inassume niya na lang po na nung binalik na ni Lieutenant Colonel Arandia yung boxes na it wasn't tampered.
No, I warned them. I told them. Because dinala mo sa labas yan, kako, ikaw rin ang magbantay sa loob and kasama mo yung mga tao mo because kayo ang seizing officer, tinanggal nyo sa bantayan ninyo and we will see. Pag lumabas ang court order, i-account natin. And that is the result, ma'am.
And the time, sir, na nalaman na may nawawalang pera is nung kiniklaim na or tiniturn over na kay Attorney Cherry
Yes.
yung mga boxes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Another question, sir, from Mr. Alfred Dalizon of People's Journal.
Okay, Chief, sir. Sir, lumalabas, may conspiracy na nangyari. Nag-divide sila ng parte nung na-recover among themselves. Aakyat pa ba itong investigation sa ibang mga tao, sir?
We will gonna answer that with finality after the conduct of that full-blown investigation. But as of now, we are embanking only on the actual accounting of the cash money and the testimonial or admission of one of the seizing officer na nandyan. Okay? So, doon pa lang tayo.
Thank you very much, sir. Another question from Sir Jason Sigales of Inquirer.
Good afternoon po kay Director sa IDG po. Clarify ko lang, sir, yung sa criminal case, itong 6 lang po. Tapos yung sa admin case, silang 6 plus meron pa hubang additional? Just to clarify lang, sir.
Yes, sa criminal case, initially, there are 6. But on the administrative case, there are 7. But you know, there is a procedure pagdating sa administrative case. We have to ask them to answer the charges.
Tama, sir, no? Yung sa 7th, dun sa admin case,
Yeah.
is si Lieutenant Colonel.
Yes.
Yun lang po muna.
Thank you very much, sir. Another question from Ms. Karen De Guzman of ABS-CBN.
Good afternoon. Apo, kay Commissioner po.
Oh, Commissioner.
Yes, po. Commissioner, for your, para sa inyo talaga. Sunod-sunod po na marami tayong cases na nai-involve yung mga police, extortion, robbery, and alam po natin na ang NAPOLCOM ay may say doon sa SOP or procedure po ng ating PNP. May plano po ba tayong i-review? Ano po yung mga gagawin po natin para mas hindi na magpaulit-ulit pa yung mga ganitong insidente po?
In the first place, noon pa naman nagre-review ang NAPOLCOM. At yung NAPOLCOM has been in existence for the past couple of decades. So, walang active review because some things are happening now. Walang ganon. There's no such audit if you really wanna put it that way. Siguro isang maliwanag na lang na paalala sa taong bayan na merong National Police Commission. Kung kinakailangan at may pang-aabuso ng pulis, ang pulis ng pulis ay ang NAPOLCOM. Pero everything's under control. In fact, in this case, I actually commend General Morico and General Nartates kasi maagap yung kanilang aksyon at na-discover nila ito dahil sa kanilang proactive measures. Hindi ito sumabog sa kanila, ito'y kanilang na-discover. At the investigation is still ongoing and cases have been filed. People have been put in restrictive custody. Totoo lang, hindi kinakailangan makialam pa ng NAPOLCOM ngayon. Because pinagkakatiwalaan natin yung investigation ng CIDG at ng PNP. We will support their investigation. Yung resulta rin naman, aakit din naman sa NAPOLCOM yan. Pero currently, there's no need for the NAPOLCOM to makialam sa investigasyon ng CIDG.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Last question from Maria Nina Beatriz Pineza of Bombo Radio.
Sir, good afternoon po. Bea po from Bombo Radio. Kay Director po muna. Director, since hindi po natin pwedeng i-divulge yung reason behind kung bakit po nila kinuha o inuwi yung pera, ask ko na lang, sir, struggling ba tong mga 6 na police natin? May problem ba sila in terms of money? Kaya siguro, may monitor po ba tayong problem sa kanila in terms of money or struggling po ba sila in life?
You know, ma'am, I cannot judge them ngayon. But the mere act na kunin mo ang pera is already a theft. So, yeah, it's already a criminal offense. It's a violation of the oath of office as a police officer. And that's that.
Sir, bago po sila madestino dito sa CIDG, saan po sila nanggaling po? Yung 6, sir, na ano?
Actually, four of them are original recruits of CIDG. PEMS, the two PSMS, Mike Camilo and Castro, are both investigators. In fairness to these people, I have also conducted my own inquiry. They are all good investigators. It so happened that there is a criminal offense. A law was violated. That's why we are going to prosecute them, even if they are members of the CIDG.
Sir, any of the two po yung pwedeng sumagot? Pwede pong kay attorney, pwede pong kay chief. How this affect po the morality of our policemen given na meron pong mga ganitong incidents? I know may mga ginagawa po tayo para mapataas po yung moralidad nila, but then meron pa rin po tayo natatanggap ng mga ganitong klase ng incidents po.
Hindi naman siguro pambaba ng moral ng panguhuli ng tiwaling pulis. In fact, dapat tumaas ang moral ng ating kapulisan. Kasi we're weeding out the scalawags in the police service. The PNP is doing its share, the NAPOLCOM is doing its share. Kung hinahayaan natin na pakalat-kalat yung mga abusado at scalawag, yun, magkakaproblema tayo sa moral and welfare ng policeman. Pero dito, klarong-klaro, nagtutulong-tulong ang PNP, nagtutulong-tulong ang NAPOLCOM para tanggalin sa serbisyo ang mga to. They don't deserve to wear the badge, the uniform, and a gun. We will go after all scalawags in uniform. So the PNP and the NAPOLCOM are one. Ito na siguro ang golden age ng relasyon ng PNP at ng NAPOLCOM na kung saan hindi nagbabangayan ng PNP at NAPOLCOM sa tulong ng PNP leadership at ng NAPOLCOM leadership. Tutugisin natin ang mga tiwaling pulis at uubusin natin silang lahat.
Sa reform po nung ating qualifications po para maging isang police, meron na po ba tayong updates doon kung ano na po yung mga changes para po doon sa qualifications if ever po na magpapatupad kayo ng pagbabago doon sa qualifications?
Tuloy-tuloy po. In fact, I signed an order bilang Viseo, bilang Commissioner ng National Police Commission. I signed an order roughly 2 months ago directing our fellow commissioners to review the recruitment processes. Not just in the Philippine National Police Academy, but also in the basic training of our policemen. Kailangan silipin to hindi pwedeng ganito. We need to see the root cause where the problem is. May mga insidente talaga. We cannot say that this is isolated. We have to admit that something is really amiss somewhere. Pero something is being done. The leadership is doing something. The NAPOLCOM is doing something. Everything is fine. And again, we promise the Filipino people at hindi natin hahayaan na yung mga scalawag pakalat-kalat. Hindi na po kailangan. We fully trust the CIDG. We fully trust the PNP leadership. Sobrang solid yung mga naging past incidents, yung mga investigasyon na nila, yung mga nakasuhan na nila, yung mga nadiskubre na nila. Everything is being done properly and well. So there's no need for the NAPOLCOM to intervene right now. In the second place, aakit din naman tong kasong to sa NAPOLCOM After i-dispose ng CIDG at ni PNP Chief, aakit yan sa National Police Commission. Wherein we will have a direct hand afterwards. Pero as of now, to directly investigate this case, ipagpapaubayan natin ito sa CIDG.
Sir, ano po ba yung pwedeng gravity na pwedeng ikasibak nito? May chance po bang mangyari yon? Or wala naman po?
Sobrang malupit to. Pinagkatiwalaan ka ng ebidensya. Tapos imbis na bantayan mo yung ebidensya, sinalakay mo yung ebidensya. Let us take note, this is a filed case. This is a declared piece of evidence. Ang ginawa nila, pinagpichi-pichi nila, pinaghati-hatian nila yung ilang milyon dyan. Unacceptable yan. So that is why we are here. The General Morico, General Nartates, and no less than the chairman of the NAPOLCOM, SILG, John Vic Remulla, is bringing this to your attention because we will put a stop to these kinds of incidents.
General Morico, sir, yung mga maning kinuha, yung millions, nasolid na ba nila? O anong sabi nung 6 na involved, sir?
The what, sir? Yung pera?
Yung mga pinag-divide nila, sir.
Yung pinag-divide nila is nasa kanila na. I think nagastos na or something. The deed has been done. Kahit ibalik mo pa eh. Di ba? We also have to, uplift yung pangalan, yung credibility ng CIDG na maintain the credibility, na case will be filed.
Sir,
Mahirap ibalik yun kasi may mga serial number yun eh, kung ginastos na. Di ba, pag nag-inventory, nakalagay dyan, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, o another one. So, mahirap yun.
Sir, just for...
Sagutin ko lang. I'll speak as a lawyer right now. You cannot undo the act. So for example, you took 13 million pesos, pinaghati-hatian nyo, o kung ilan man kayo. Tapos nung na-discover kayo, isosoli nyo, you cannot undo the act. You're still criminally liable. You're criminally and administratively liable for doing what you've done. So kahit ibalik mo pa yan, pasensyahan tayo, pinakialaman nyo ang hindi sa inyo, mananagot kayo.
Paano po yung pagko-compromise doon sa mismong Central 1 kung nagamit na ng mga pulis yung 13 million?
Paano compromise ang pinag-usapan dito? This is evidence. And it is clear to all of us here. Pati si SILG, napapailing eh. Hindi mo pwedeng gawin yun eh. Anong compromise pinag-uusapan natin dito? Ano yun? Ibabalik na lang natin sa serbisyo na parang walang nangyari. Malabo yun. They have to be made accountable.
Doon po sa company na ninakawan, sir.
That's between them. Pero as far as the admin cases are concerned and the criminal cases filed with the CIDG, they will still continue.
Sir, yung 141 million, sir, yung 128 na natira, naibalik na po ba doon sa One Central?
Go ahead.
Actually, yes, ma'am. Even the compound was already returned to them. And our investigators are talking with the legal counsel ng Central.
Tama po ba, sir? Ito yung Pogo po, di ba? Allegedly Pogo na ni Raid last year.
Yes.
Okay. And sir, na-identify ba? At saang point nila kinuha yung pera? Nung bang naibalik na dito o bago pa dalhin ni Lieutenant Colonel yung pera
There is
sa bahay?
a different version, ma'am. According to them, nung andi dito nung bago tanggalin ni Colonel Arandia.
One last
Yes.
follow-up question from Ma'am Zian Ambrosio, ma'am.
Clearly na hindi yung punishment nila talagang nagawa na yung krimen po, no? Pero malilesen po ba yung crime ay yung punishment nila or penalty, sir, pag isoli nila using new money, example, bagong pera nila na pinag-ipunan nila?
Maski naman bago yung they admitted or nagsisisi sila, and in fact to show that merong pagbabago ay ibabalik nila. It will not diminish yung act or ma-erase yung act. Damage had been done, no? The act had been done. Maybe on the part of the authority, for example in that case is the Chief PNP, hahatulan na niya ng Chief PNP. Hindi siguro malilinisan kung anumang rason ang irarason nila. No? Our police operational procedure is clear.
Thank you very much, sir. Any closing message, sir, to our acting Chief PNP? Sir?
Magtiwala po tayo na ito pong insidenteng ito mariresolba ng ating PNP. Buo po ang tiwala ng National Police Commission na masosolve po ito at congratulations to General Morico and General Nartates for a job well done in this case. And to the Filipino people who's listening, of course, nito po ang National Police Commission, paulit-ulit po tayo. Ang pulis ng pulis ay ang NAPOLCOM. So kung meron po kayong insidente na gusto niyo pong iparating sa amin sa kahit na nung pang-aabuso ng pulis, please feel free to reach out to us. General Morico, sir.
Okay, thank you. The PNP is continuously transforming. No? Sinabi na natin yan. At patuloy natin gagawin yan. It is, there are, of course, some personnel na gumagawa pa rin yan, and for our internal disciplinary mechanism and our integrity monitoring efforts, we will do our part to cleanse our rank. Malolo moral yung ating mga tao. No. High moral pa nga sila in doing this thing. Why? 95%. Hindi bababa sa 95% ang mga Philippine National Police personnel natin na gumagawa ng mabuti. And it is very unfair for them na itong 5% or 2% na mga iskalawag or doing bad things that tarnishing the image of the PNP ay hindi natin kakalusin. No? We will dismiss them. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, to the Chairperson and Executive Officer of NAPOLCOM, to our Acting Chief PNP, and to the Director of CIDG. Thank you very much, sirs, for your presence this afternoon. And that concludes our press briefing. Thank you, and once again, good afternoon.